The United States has many political prisoners. Here's a list. Written by Stansfield Smith. Published to Geopolitical Economy on August 9, 2022. Introduction. The U.S. government holds many political prisoners, including journalists, national security state whistleblowers, Black, Indigenous, and Latino revolutionaries, foreign diplomats, Muslims detained without trial, women who defended themselves from attacks, and environmental activists. Picture. Just a few of the political prisoners in the United States, from top left to bottom right. Mumia Abu-Jamal, Julian Assange, Alex Saab, Leonard Peltier, Joy Powell, Veronza Bowers. The United States constantly accuses its adversaries of holding political prisoners, while insisting it has none of its own. But for its entire history, the U.S. government has used incarceration of its political opponents as a tool to crush dissent and advance the interests of economic elites. Well-known cases are those entrapped or framed in U.S. national security state sting operations, or imprisoned with extreme sentences for a minor offense because of their political activism, such as Black revolutionary George Jackson. Each period of struggle by the working class and oppressed peoples against ruling class control results in some activists locked up for their revolutionary work. Political prisoner has often meant those revolutionaries jailed for fighting their national oppression, as is the case with a great number of Black Panthers. In contrast, a century ago, most political prisoners in the United States were Marxists, labor organizers, and anti-war activists, such as Joe Hill, Eugene Debs, and Big Bill Haywood. Today, the U.S. national security state considers its most dangerous enemies those who expose its crimes at home and abroad. There are also many thousands of incarcerated people who never received a fair trial or were innocent of the crimes they have been jailed for. A high percentage of them are non-white, peoples subject to second-class citizenship in the U.S. A number are executed, such as Troy Davis, or spend their whole lives in prison. While the United States represents just over 4% of the world's population, it holds approximately 20% of its prisoners. Black North Americans are imprisoned 5 times the rate of whites. The following list of political prisoners currently detained by the U.S. government categorizes them into 7 groups. 1. National security state employees and reporters locked up for publicizing blatant government criminality. 2. Representatives of foreign governments that Washington seeks to overthrow who were imprisoned for, quote, violating illegal unilateral U.S. sanctions. 3. Black, Native American, and Latino revolutionaries fighting for the rights of their peoples. 4. Arabs and Muslims targeted after 9/11. 5. Prisoners detained in the Guantanamo Torture Center without charges. 6. Women locked up for defending themselves against violent attacks. 7. Environmental activists. End of introduction.